This is TechCrunch.
Tesla is well behind the pace needed to meet its earlier stated goal of producing at least 5,000 Optimus humanoid robots this year, the information reports. Nearly 8 months into 2025, and the number of bots Tesla has produced is only in the hundreds, according to two sources. That means Tesla will either need to step it up or push back the deadline. The news comes after Tesla reported a 12% decline in overall revenue in the second quarter due to failing EV sales, less cash from regulatory credits, and a decline in solar and energy storage sales. During the Q2 earnings call earlier this week, Musk said that Tesla would start production on its latest Optimus 3 design by early next year. "We will scale Optimus production as fast as possible and try to get to 1 million units a year as quickly as possible," Musk said. "We think we can get there in less than 5 years. That's a reasonable aspiration." Recall that Musk has made bold claims like this before. During Tesla's 2019 Autonomy Day, Musk said the company would have a fleet of 1 million robotaxis on the road by 2020. 2 years later, he said Tesla would mass-produce robotaxis by 2024. Neither of those projections has yet come to pass. AI-powered coding tools have become so popular over the past few months that almost every major tech company is either using one or making its own. Makers of these so-called vibe coding tools are a hot commodity at the moment, with startups like Lovable and Cursor fending off buyers and investors keen to tap a hot trend. Google's now become the latest to hop on this bandwagon. The company is testing a vibe coding tool called Opal, available to users in the U.S. through Google Labs, which the company uses as a base to experiment with new tech. Opal lets you create mini web apps using text prompts, or you can remix existing apps available in a gallery. All users have to do is enter a description of the app they want to make, and the tool will then use different Google models to do so. Once the app is ready, you can navigate into an editor panel to see the visual workflow of input, output, and generation steps. You can click on each workflow step to look at the prompt that dictates the process and edit it if you need to. You also can manually add steps from Opal's toolbar. Opal also lets users publish their new app on the web and share the link with others to test out using their own Google accounts. Google's AI Studio already lets developers build apps using prompts, but Opal's visual workflow indicates the company likely wants to target a wider audience. The company joins a long list of competitors, including Canva, Figma, and Replit, that are making tools to encourage non-technical people to create prototypes of apps without having to do any coding. In response to the European Union's incoming regulation of political advertising, Meta said on Friday that it will stop selling and showing political ads in the EU from October. Calling the legislation's requirements unworkable, the tech giant wrote in a blog post that the law, dubbed Transparency and Targeting of Political Advertising, TTPA, introduces significant additional obligations to our processes and systems that create an untenable level of complexity and legal uncertainty for advertisers and platforms operating in the EU. Adopted by the European Commission in 2024, the TTPA mandates companies selling ads to clearly label political advertisements and provide information about their sponsor, the election or referendum they concern, what the ad cost, and what targeting mechanisms were used. The law also requires that data collected to serve political ads must only be used if the person or entity gives their consent to use it for political advertising, and bans the use of some types of personal data, such as information that could reveal a person's racial or ethnic origin or political opinions, from being used for profiling. Those requirements seem to be too much for Meta, however, which derives the vast majority of its revenues from advertising. The company said it had consulted with the EU extensively, but came to the conclusion that it would either have to alter its services to offer an ad service that doesn't work for advertisers or users, or stop offering such ads altogether. Once again, we're seeing regulatory obligations effectively remove popular products and services from the market, reducing choice and competition, Meta wrote. Google, another advertising giant that also said it would stop selling political ads in the EU by October, raised similar points, arguing that the law brings significant operational challenges and legal uncertainty. This is the latest of a string of tussles between the EU and big tech as the bloc tries to rein in the influence and power of these platforms. Tech companies have been battling the EU's AI Act, its enforcement of competition rules, ad tracking regulation, and more. That's all for now. For more stories like this one, visit TechCrunch.com.